Hello, whoever finds this recording down the road, whoever may be out there already. This is going to be actually part of a test because I'm still trying to figure out why I was having so much trouble the other night. And I'm wondering if it came from the computer, but we'll find out. So, yeah, I'm going to just be looking at more Flapper Fanny cartoons. And Flapper Fanny, just as a recap, it was a daily one-panel cartoon that ran from the mid-20s until about the mid-1940s in hundreds of newspapers across the United States and even in some foreign papers, like in various English-speaking countries. It was illustrated and written by three woman cartoonists. The one who created the strip was Ethel Hayes. She was also a children's book illustrator. She handed the strip off to Gladys Parker, who was a fashion designer in addition to being a cartoonist. And then ultimately, a lady named Sylvia took the strip at the very end. By that time, it had moved into a more sort of family circus sort of vibe to it before there was a family circus strip. I have yet to see any of the Sylvia cartoons that I have found more than just slightly amusing. So I'm not really tapping any of those for inclusion in the post series at the Shades of Grey blog, which will be every Friday. It will be Fanny Friday at Shades of Grey for, well, as long as I have cartoons to put up there. As I've said before, it's pre-programmed through early 2026 at this point, and I've got about 125, somewhere in that neighborhood, cartoons by Hayes and Parker that I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to use or not. And so I'm just going to be clicking through a few, and if anybody wants to come up and talk directly about them, or if they want to come into the side chat, you can do either as you choose, so long as my connection holds out. And hey there, Stan. I saw you. Welcome, welcome. You are... And there's Mr. Francis. Hello, Cody. Welcome to you, too. Let me start getting this show on the road. Actually, first thing I'll do, in case somebody wants to not worry about the lag, I'm going to try to be patient so the side chat can catch up with what I'm talking about. Yeah. No, don't. He's drunk with power, that guy. That guy being Dave King there. Let's see, in case somebody wants to come up and say hello or comment on the cartoons as I flip through them. So I can have up to 10 of you up here, apparently. So it could be a party. A D&D party. Well, not that. I guess a Flapper Fanny party. Speaking of which, here's the first one. And I've kind of already filtered some of these. So there aren't a lot that I hate. Oh, well, someone figured out how to use the link. There's one, there's two. Hello. And
Score.
There's that one. That's the important one. I tried pinning the link. I don't know if it takes over on YouTube or not. But let me actually do that right now before I forget, since that's not a bad suggestion. Hey, Carrie and Stan, you are welcomed.
We are here to comment.
Let's see. Let me see if I can make that big and us smaller. No, I don't think so. Although I don't really know what this is looking like for you guys out there. So let me take a quick look at YouTube.
That's looking good, Steve.
It is looking good?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if this will work. Ah! No, that did not do what I wanted to do.
That was looking good, Steve.
It was looking good. Yeah. All right. There we go. We'll leave that as it is. Okay. Let's see. Let me just check something real fast. So anyhow, that's the first one right there. That one actually is. I want to do some adjusting on the typesetting down below, but that one, it looks to me, feels like it's ready for me to put up. I've already played with it a bit. And caption is, some people who think they look simply out of sight would be better if they were. And then you've got
Oh, I like that one.
Then you've got Fanny giving the side eye to some other lady in the background there. You like that one, Carrie? Okay, that's one vote.
I like that one too. I just am surprised that out of sight is in usage in the 1920s.
Well, there's actually a lot of slang in these cartoons that we still use today, and I actually had the same reaction to a couple of them. There's not a whole lot that I looked at it and I kind of scratched my head and had to try to figure out what, huh? Which to me was a little surprising too, and I'm still trying to get at. There we go. Finally,
That's sort of a saying that I probably would still use today.
Yeah.
Let's see here. How do I turn that off? There we go. You're going to hear me like echoing for a moment here. And yeah, that is not pinned, is it? So let's go ahead and pin that. Pin message. There. Yeah. So now if anybody wants to come up and join the panel or whatever it's called, they are welcome to do so by clicking on that link. All right. So that one is a keeper. I'm under what people are telling me. So it goes in the to be posted file. We could even look at the ones I've already rejected if people want. But here's one. Haven't done any work on this one yet. So when I get around to it, I will be fixing, some of the blacks here and probably taking care of some of the stains and things. But yes, this actually applies to me too. One way to make enemies is to sing for your friends.
I think that's why my husband just went out, because I was singing too much.
Okay, we all agree we like this one.
Yep.
Keeper.
Somebody else. Wait, what's going on over here now? Something just popped up. Let me see what's going on. No, that was just, I don't know what that was. According to my eye, I saw something.
Thank you, Kelly.
Kez is wondering why can't post to chat. Is Kez blocked? Who's Kez? I guess I need to ask.
Me.
Really?
I've been trying to post on your videos your lives for the last couple of days, and I can't do anything.
Really? That makes no sense. Let me take a look. Because if you've been blocked, it was I have screwed up somehow. Yeah, nobody should be blocked. Unless, again, I made some mistake somehow. All right, let's see here. How do I see... Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see if I can figure out what the heck is going on.
I'm sorry. That's the only reason I came up on the panel.
Oh, well, no, I'm glad you did, because I have no idea. Let's see. Okay, that's not how I see this. Okay, so let me go back to the studio. Hopefully that'll tell me there. Because to be honest, I haven't ever even really given that any thought, because I don't think anyone has been blocked.
If she's blocked, it will be in your Facebook not in your restream.
Okay.
Oh no, on YouTube you mean, right?
Or whichever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The videos are on YouTube. That's what I'm actually trying to look at. Let's see. General just tells me U.S. dollars. Channel here maybe. No. Permissions. All right. No. Community. All right. So I've got moderators listed. Oh, somehow, yes, Carrie, you somehow have been, quote, hidden. So let me
Oh,
see if I.
feeling the love. Really, feeling the love.
We're here for you. I'm Blame Dave.
You just don't like Australians, I know.
Well, some people say you don't exist. So, all right, let's see.
Yeah, I wish I was a figment of my imagination.
Yeah. All right, that should have fixed it. So, try saying something over on YouTube or in the side chat. I mean, it shows up in my side chat no matter where you do it.
Okay, I'm new at all of this.
Well, and plus, they claim it's summer when it's really winter and winter when it's really summer. So, yeah, clearly you don't exist. Okay. Oh, look, see, she just disappeared.
Poof.
I rest my case. Oh, now she's back.
Yeah, I was trying to do two things on my phone and it didn't work.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go back and take another look at it because I'm pretty sure whatever that was. Okay, hidden user question mark. This is how to YouTubing with Steve. How to be a YouTuber. Let's see.
How
Oh,
to
Not a
you?
great example.
yeah, how to YouTube. Let's see. Hidden users. Comments and live chat messages from these users won't show up. It may take several days to remove existing. Oh my God. These users will not be able to create clips from your videos and live streams. Okay, so yeah, you were just shut down there. I apologize. I have no idea. Actually, probably
I'm blaming Dave King.
Probably I might have been trying to do something over on the side chat on Restream and probably foobarred something on YouTube. But there are no more hidden users. Everything should now be clear. Let's see. Save. Ah, I had to hit save. Yes.
I'm currently FaceTiming. Yeah.
God. Yes, high quality productions, indeed. Kelly says, all fixed now. Dave King says, high quality productions. Yes, this is indeed the highest quality.
Quality with a K. Quality with a capital K.
Yes.
Awesome, guys. All right, I'm going to drop back into the chat and just watch. So have fun. Thank
All right.
you.
All right, so this one here. Oh yeah, and seriously, thank you for calling that to my attention because it was completely by accident. Whatever happened, and yeah, Kelly, same thing. Even if you're fictitious people down there under the world. Well, you're not under the world, so you're real. Actually, I guess Irish Demon went down there, so it must be.
Wait,
real.
they're under the sort of like mole people. You're saying?
Yes. Yeah. They have to be. I felt so bad. I made Steve take. Oh, so so Dave is confessing to it. I just didn't realize that it needed to be fixed. Okay, so we're both culpable there, sir. All right, this one here, I like it, but I'm afraid there'd be too much work to clean up the scan, and I haven't found a better one or a place where it's archived to get at it. but I like the caption, so I might just steal that joke and put it on a piece of art, another piece of art.
You know what? My opinions are snootier, being someone that does cartoons, single panel cartoons
Uh
myself.
huh. Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I think this is a really good idea, and I think the I don't like it. I don't like the way the caption is written on this.
Oh yeah. Oh, the caption definitely would have to go. I mean, it's basically illegible, but it's the art that I'm referring to. I'm not sure
No, no,
that.
I mean the way it's written. That is not. I mean, it's I can read it,
Oh,
but it's I would want to edit the heck out of how it's phrased.
a good actress remembers her lines. A good dancer won't let you forget hers. Um, what do you think is wrong with it? Too many
Um,
words. That's my first thought. Is it's too long, but that
well,
apparently.
it's. I mean, that's part of the style from the 20s. They were much wordier in the 20s, but I mean I think that the joke is not that it, the the dancer isn't doing anything. It's like the second half of it should be about you. A good actress remembers her lines. You you can't forget a dancer's
Oh,
lines, right?
actually,
Is the way. I mean, that's even worse phrasing, right?
yeah.
So, yeah, but that's how I would want to work that. But again, that's me being a snooty cartoonist guy.
Well, actually, you bring that up, and I hadn't put a whole lot of thought into this one yet. But there are several of these where I've gone in, I've fixed the captions, reset the captions. I've actually also done some minor edits and slight rewrites for actually that very reason you mentioned, where to make it more sort of directed at the reader. I
Yeah,
hadn't actually thought about that on this one, but that actually probably should be done when because as I've said elsewhere on these. All right, Kelly, thank you uh, again for pointing out the problems. Appreciate you dropping in. Um, Train of thought gone. Captions, rewriting captions. And like I've said when I was trying to get this thing up the other night, uh, I'm not I'm not making efforts to sort of present these necessarily as they originally appeared in newspapers because sometimes I will replace the caption, the titles on the like this title right here.
right.
I've kind of pulled that, and I'm sort of using this format on a lot of the ones. Um, so it's not going to be a sort of a historical archive. And sometimes I'm removing these frames. Actually, I guess you as a guy that does panel cartoons, would you think should the frame always be present? Because to my mind, it's sort of there if you got
Not necessarily.
columns
It,
if you got columns on and you're trying to separate it out from the surrounding material. And there's just some that I felt looked better if I just took away the frame.
yeah,
So and on just and once in a blue moon I get rid of the frame. I sometimes move the artist's signature just because it looks weird floating up there when there's nothing that it sort of is attached to. So I don't know. I'm monkeying around with a lot of these. But you are right about this. The more I'm thinking about this, the more I agree with you.
but I mean, the problem is off the top of my head, I'm not I'm not coming up with something that I think is better.
Yeah,
Like I would work that and kind of try a bunch of different things.
yeah, yeah. I like the idea, but I also agree with everything that you're saying now that you've got me thinking about it, other than just sort of surface it. Yeah, that's cute. Um, you know what? Let's slide it in here for a moment for the time being. Uh, and yeah, these are ones I've looked at and decided that yeah, I'm gonna put them on the B-roll or put them at the
Maybe I
back
don't
of the
know. I mean,
line.
depending on how many you have, you may want to create a folder for these need to be workshopped. Right? These are
Oh,
no's and these are fixums.
that that's why you were the big time creative director and I was just a
Oh,
typist.
Steve, you're a big-time creative director too.
Uh, let's see. Um, because yeah, that's good. That's actually all right. Third folder. Good idea. Well, hey, that's actually why this is so useful. And Cody says, email you a few of those scans. Okay. Yeah, that's actually what I play with these in is Adobe Photoshop. Actually, um, a little bit of a confession. There have been some super slow nights on Graveyard Shift where I have occasionally just used Microsoft Paint to monkey around with a couple of these. Let's see. What am I looking for here? Oh yeah, Workshop. That's a good title for it. No, yeah, whatever. That works.
Whatever.
Well, I was trying to come up with a title that would keep it on that side, on the left side of the to be posted, so I can more easily not drop things into the wrong folder. Okay, so there's this one, and I haven't touched this one at all. That's why you still see some of the original newspaper right here, because I grabbed this from an archive. And this again feels a little long to me just looking at it. And yes, I'll send you a few, Cody, certainly. And what is this? If you replace the black with lighter texture or gray, it would work better. If I'm understanding that right, this will be lightened up before I put it up there. Maybe I'm not understanding. If you replace the black with a lighter texture or gray, it would work better. I'm not sure I understand, Dave. Give me explain. A little more explanation. Oh yes, and of course the Australian is giggling because Fanny means something very different.
Yeah.
Something very different in the underworld than it means here.
Also in England.
Yeah. Oh, the previous one.
Yeah, well, even when you take that other meaning, Flapper Fanny is even funnier.
My blog will be banned in England, Australia, as well as Pakistan once enough of these get posted. Let's see. So the caption here: there is still a chance for every man with the girl who wouldn't marry the best man on earth. I'm still not sure I understand what that means.
Well, basically, if the girl wouldn't marry the best man on earth, which means that everyone else still has a shot.
Oh.
Right? So, I mean, that's the joke there. I dropped that in the workshop file.
I was thinking of it backwards. Yeah, that is something that we're going to stick in here. Unless
that's my vote.
Yep, unless someone in the side chat votes otherwise, I agree with Mr. Brown.
And because I think that's a funny joke.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just you've got to phrase it a little. It's too hard to parse like that.
Yep.
I like the art on that one a lot.
Yeah. Actually, the majority of these, the art is actually spectacular is the right word for it. There's a couple, well, like I think it was Dave that said the one with the dancer might be a little on the busy side. But
the dancer was, I get what the artist was trying to do with that simplified lines on the dancer, but I don't think, for me, it wasn't working as well as so many of them are so good. They're so beautiful. The cartoons on these. That wasn't to me.
Right. And that's,
but I wasn't going to bring that up because that's totally personal taste.
Well, no, everybody has taste. Everyone's, well, no, let me rephrase that.
Everyone has taste. Just some of us have bad taste.
Yeah.
That could be me.
That works. No, you are the cartoonist. Oh, what happened here now? I keep hearing these beeping sounds like, oh, look at that. Let's see. Dave wants to try to come up. Let's see if he can, or whether once again he'll disappear into a black hole like he did like the other night. And Carrie wanted to add the flapper bit as I was channeling my inner 10-year-old, but trying to be good. Carrie, there's no need to be good when you're hanging out in this particular neighborhood.
That's all right, Carrie. Good on you. You try and be a better person.
Oh, all right, fine.
Steve will pull you to the dark side if he can.
That is a true statement. Let's see. It doesn't take long for a society bud to turn into a wallflower. Again, I like it. I like the drawing. Yeah, I like it. What do you say, Mr. Brown?
It's okay. I don't. Yeah.
It's not punchy. It's not one of the sort of kind of
I mean,
ones.
yeah. I mean, so I'd say when I do, I don't know if I'm now taking over your show.
No.
But when I do comics like this, I will start with the idea, right? The idea is that it's funny to say that it doesn't take much to take a life of the party. Just a little kitty cat pulls them off into a corner, right? Funny idea, but I don't think that tagline, I don't think that caption is a funny caption. So I would spend a lot of time poking around with it. I think that, like you, I think the drawing is great. I think the idea for the cartoon is really good. But I don't find this cartoon at all funny in its current state.
Okay.
Or, well, no, I mean, once I sit and I had to pull the meaning out of that sentence.
Right. Yeah, quite a few of them are that way. And I have to say, the ones of these that I like the best personally, comes as a surprise to nobody, I'm sure. I like the puns.
Yeah.
And again, this is a bit of a pun, not much of one, but that's why I'm saying this is
the society bud into a wallflower. That's the funny bit, but
yeah.
There's nothing. I don't know. There's the joke. There is the cats, right? You don't see any other part of the party, so all you've got is the cats,
right?
And the dog. So
the cat and the puppy down here. Yeah. We'll put it in the workshop one for the time being.
I mean, my first
we'll toss it in
inclination
here.
Is to talk about going to the dark side. My first inclination was to try and come up with some kind of pussycat pun to, all it takes is a little pussy to turn a society bud into a wallflower. Right, but no, I don't know about that one either. But that's where my brain was going.
Well, I've made a couple of jokes like that on the blog, so that's not that far off from what appears up there sometimes. But actually, I like, the drawing actually is what I like more than anything on this one. So it's going to actually go in the back of the line pile for the moment, I think.
Or petting. Something about petting. Right? That's just kind of, that's how I would work on things.
Oh, there's actually several that use, I mean, that's one of the things that, again, historically, this strip, the syndicator thought that a lot of them it was kind of, and they meant it to be a risque kind of strip. And they were surprised to learn that where it was popular, the most popular were in small town newspapers. They thought that those were the ones that had the most trouble with, that people would be, their editors would be up in arms, the readers would be upset. But no, they got more negativity from the larger markets. So, and yes, there are several petting jokes. I don't think any of this batch has any of them. But maybe we'll come to one or two. But yeah, there's a handful I've come across. And this is actually the first Gladys Parker cartoon in
Can
the
you
batch.
zoom in on those at all?
I might. Let me see what happens if I do this. Nope, that didn't work. Uh-oh. Oh, that's in the wrong folder. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Actually, I can. But now I've foobarred my screen here. So how do I undo what I just did? Yeah, what I
What
just
if
did,
you move your cursor to the right and click now?
click now.
All right. No, that didn't do anything.
No,
All right.
no, what happened was I ended up. Oh, wait. Maybe this will do it. No, it's not giving me. Nope, that's not it. Yes, once again, welcome to high quality YouTubing, people.
Well, you know what? There's a lot. I think there's a lot to be taught by watching someone struggle.
Here we go. I can fix it. I just had to find where the little tab was.
There you
All
go.
right. So here, actually, this is how I think I can zoom in. Okay, I'm on that. And yes, look at the top of my head. Da, 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 da.
There you go.
And I may have to zoom out on some others because the sizes are different here and there. But yeah, this is the first Gladys Parker one in this batch. And Flapper Fanny actually was her first, as I understand it, was her first professional cartoonist job. And she, as I said, she took it over from Hayes when her children would take too much of her time, and she was doing this, which was a daily strip, and then she had another series that was 3 days a week in the newspaper, which was also cartoons, but they were more sort of they're kind of similar to this, but they were very more pop culturally oriented, as if these aren't. But that strip was even more so. It was just called Ethel, so it was self-titled strip. But she kept falling behind, and she ultimately just had to step away. But she kept drawing children's books, and she was apparently some of her children's books still in print, at least up until the 70s. And there is Dan from the Welsh News Network.
The Welsh are in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed the debate, the trial, whatever, over on De Laguna's channel. Things were just, yeah, I didn't even get a chance to go in for like 5 minutes at work this evening. It was kind of nutty. But so this is Gladys Parker. The caption: the man who is lucky in love remains single. This one is close to my heart. It can be taken a couple different ways, but I like it. So, any objections?
No objections. I mean, I think there are a couple of different jokes. It's unclear which joke they're telling, but you know.
Right. And there's actually a number of these that are that way too. That you go, well, they could be poking at this, they could be talking about that. All right, so it will go into the. Are you rolling dice over there?
I've got a little top, a little spinny top.
Okay, because I would say that sounds.
You know, when
like
I do that, I just do it without even. I got to take this off my desk because I keep doing that, and people hear it and they keep saying, "Are you rolling dice?" Like, no, I'm just spinning a top.
It's not a dreidel because it's the wrong time of year. Or is it? I mean, what is it?
No, it's just. I mean, it is a little
blue top.
Blue top.
Okay. Oh, and that looks really weird. You're holding up, and you're bigger on this side of my screen than on that side of my screen. So that's why I kind of leaned. Let's see. So we're going to put this one in the to be posted folder. Yeah. So Dan, I'm going to be watching that because Yeah, La Vie Parisienne. This was a magazine. Uh, well, obviously a French magazine.
La vie
Uh,
parisienne.
yep. Started up in the early early tens, I think, and ran into the late 20s. And it was a fashion magazine and such. And I don't recall why I snagged this. Uh, so I better get rid of it before I forget that I haven't really checked the dates on it. All right, back to the what actually we should be looking at. Flapper Fanny says, "It always worries a man when his wife isn't worried about him." Again, couple different jokes there. I mean, interpretations there, and I like it. Oh. If I'd murdered my other half, I would be free by now. I like this one. That was the previous one. And there are a number, Carrie, that will appeal to your sensibilities then, that we'll come to. Um, uh, Actually, there are several of these that I've already put aside that are slated for October because they are poking fun at there's no other way to say it at domestic violence. And October being Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I decided I would schedule those. So we'll see whether.
So I would rewrite this one. I would just make a little. If it were me, I would change this to his wife isn't worrying. Just get rid of always and change worried to
Mhm.
worrying.
Yep.
It always worries a man when his wife isn't worrying about him.
And that change you suggest, that's actually a change I've done to a number of the ones already scheduled. Little things like
Yeah.
that. Just so, and I agree with you. That would tighten this up so much more and make it punchier. Exactly. So yes, this is a. So basically, that means this one goes into to be posted because all it is doing a small rewrite on
Yeah.
the caption.
Oh, that's good.
And because I'm halfway counting on. I mean, a lot of them I've already done that too. So, and now that you've mentioned it, I will remember. Here it is. Here's one of the domestic ones.
Will you, Steve? Will you remember? Probably not.
No. Well, I'll read it and I think, oh, I have a great idea, and I'll take full credit for it. And
Oh, and here's a pun for you. This is perfect just
yep,
the way it is.
it is. Too many books spoil the broth. Yes, I like this one.
I wish that they'd drawn multiple books.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
one where, again, if I were the cartoon editor, instead of fixing the text, I would send this back to the cartoonist and say, funny joke, put more books in the drawing.
We need more. Yes, we need more cookbooks. We need more books. Yep. I agree. Um, and yeah, this is another Gladys Parker one. So this one will go in the
Too many books
modernized
spoil the
Yeah,
broth.
that's Carrie. That's
That's
with the rewrite
funny.
one.
That's modern funny.
Yep. And a lot of these, I've been surprised just at how well
Like
these
given
hold up.
given how foodie culture has gone in and how book cookbooks are selling over the last 10 years have sold so well. That's something I'd expect to see like in a modern New York. I'd expect someone to submit that and for that to go uh, in a modern New Yorker issue.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Dave. I don't know what happens when you come up like that. All there is a black, uh, just a black box. I mean, we don't see anything from you. We don't hear anything from you. Um, I mean, that one evening you actually were able to come up on the panel. So I don't know what's going on now. Um, yeah, I are you coming? Yeah, you of course you're coming at this through YouTube. So I don't know.
You may want to
Sorry.
check which on your user panel in Restream. You may want to check that it's accessing your right camera and mic.
Oh, you're talking to Dave.
Dave would need to do that on his end.
Ah, okay. Let's see. So this is pretty much
That's a keeper.
a little bit of cleaning up on the this again, fixing the whites. I may even just leave this, make it a little bigger. Yep, that one is just going in to be posted. That basically means those are the ones that just need minor changes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. This one I like as well. It's a pun. Oh, there's actually an Ethel Hayes one where, see, later they just called it Flapper Fanny.
Right.
Although you will notice that some of the Gladys Parker ones will say Flapper Fanny Says at the top because some newspapers, the editors preferred keeping the Flapper Fanny Says title, which
Right.
to my mind makes a lot more sense given the nature of the strip. But the syndicate itself, they reduced the title just Flapper Fanny. That came from the syndicate. All right. So a fool, and these are from several of these are taken from a couple of Nevada newspapers. I think some of them from a Boston paper, and then a bunch of them are just from some random wherever I found them on the web. So actually, just total sidetrack here. One of the sort of spooky things that show that they're watching our activity on the web. I did a little bit of clicking around on Pinterest, and now my Pinterest suggestions are full of here are 17 pins you might be interested in, and there's 17 Flapper Fanny cartoons. So they're watching. They are watching. I'm telling you. So Flapper Fanny, can you guys see the cartoon? Is it big enough? Because we've got a couple in their hot new roadster over here, and then we got our heroine. A fool and his honey are soon parked. Waka waka waka.
Waka waka.
I like it. Anybody else having a contrary opinion?
I like it. I want to find it funnier than I do, but I like it. It's good. Bingo.
Now, here's one thing that, okay, you guys can tell me. All right, here we go. What does Dave say? The black pulls the eye away from lighter areas, almost hide a character, i.e., the fool and his honey. Yeah. Actually, what pulls me away, and this might just be me, that
the face in the shrubs.
Okay, I'm not the only one that see. Okay, good. Yeah, I see eyes. Oh, actually, now that I'm talking about it out loud, that's actually a gag in of itself.
Yeah.
I mean, the tree
shrubbery is shocked by what they're doing.
Yeah. All right. I've been looking at that and going, I don't know how to read it. And yeah, of course. Let's see. Yeah, I almost hide the characters. So lions, tiger, and bear. Oh my, and bush. Yep. All right, this one. Yeah, I mean, it's a keeper. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody agrees. Nobody in the side chat disagrees. All right, to be posted it is. And we're going to toss that over here.
La Vie Parisienne.
That and...
Whoa. Tiny.
Yeah, this is from La Vie Parisienne, and I don't know why I grabbed it, but I do know that it is definitely...
Blow that one up, too. I want to see what's...
All right, well, let's see. Make it bigger. So she's on the roof howling with the cats. And let's see. I can't even make out what it says on the bottom there. It's too it's too blurry for me even when I'm looking at it just
Oof.
in Photoshop. So I may have to try to backtrack where I got this from. But yeah, the cats are howling at the moon. She's howling at the moon. Oh, I know why I grabbed this. I just remembered. I have no idea what the joke is, but this is one that I pulled and going, oh, this might be useful for cat people. That a Milo game really. Um, and yeah, I would have to do a little bit of retouching if I were to have used it in cat people. The nightgown would have to be pulled up a little bit. But yeah, I don't recall what that really was, but I remember now why I have it. It's just in the wrong folder. I must have been moving things around like I just did with other things. We'll drop in this random folder. I'll remember they're there and come back to them later.
How
And
does that
clearly I did.
What is that third word on the top of it? CUR?
Curie or Cursier. Let me go back to it. Where is it? There it is. Curious.
Can you spell that
My
for me?
French, my
CUR.
French is so incredibly rusty. Curieus.
IEUSES?
Yes. Oh, Google Translate would tell us, huh?
Notice to the curious.
Notice for the curious. Okay, so this longer caption down here, which I can't make out, probably is the joke. I'll have to get back to that
Maybe.
one.
I mean, I don't know because the curious and the cat thing.
Curiosity and
Yeah.
cats. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just wondering. All right. Next.
And I have no
Let
recollection.
me slow you down no longer. Go.
Be my guest. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk cartoons. Let's see here. So we have another one that I like.
Instead of paying the fiddler, just
Some people.
string him along.
Yeah. Some people, instead of paying the fiddler, just string him along. And then she's got a bunch of bills. Maybe because I can relate to it is why
I can totally relate to that too.
Yep, Howling at the Moon. That is why I thought about it for cat people. One of the several reasons, but then ultimately didn't go with it. Just because in that game product, you start out being house cat size, and you can then upgrade your cat form. So that one is to be posted. Everybody agrees? Anyone? Any disagreements? Curiosity killed the pussy. Yes, Carrie, it did. Or the fanny. Curiosity killed the fanny.
Wah.
All right. So I should probably make these big again because they seem to have shrunk. A woman regards a kiss as the main course, while the man believes it is his just dessert. I like the drawing.
I'd like the drawing too. I'd use it, but
Yeah. I don't know. I like the joke. Yes. No.
I don't like the joke. I don't think it.
This is one of those that I think there's might be a similar gag that would work We'll cut and paste. Like the eye. Yeah, I need to slow down because I keep forgetting that the side chat is behind what we're doing. So I don't know if she's referring to. Oh, same thing. The eye, as in the image. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm smart. SMURT. Um. Yeah, we'll put it
It's the
in.
main course.
Yeah.
I
Outdated part of it.
mean, I guess you know what I get I get what they're going for, but it's not there at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just falls kind of flat. We will put this in. It's nice art, but we'll put it in rejects for now, so it's still there and can be used in the future. And what's this? Oh, well,
You know what?
there we go.
Here's what I would do with that last one. I would make it to something more like a woman thinks of a kiss as an amuse bouche, but the man thinks of it as his just desserts.
You need to translate that for me.
Amuse bouche is a foodie term for an appetizer, just a tiny little thing that's a quick little bite that's supposed to uh, entertain your taste buds and promise a little more.
Okay.
Right? So I think the point or the joke is in that a woman will, and I'm saying this. I think that's what the cartoonist did, not what I particularly think. A woman just thinks that a little kiss is a little fun, and that's what it's all about. And a man thinks that he's earned it and he deserves it and more. Therefore, his just desserts.
Yeah. And that interpretation is keeping with some of the other
Yeah.
cartoons.
So I think that in itself is uh, is a saleable concept.
Yeah. All right. Let me write down and steal that one too. Um, yeah. Okay. Cool.
You just have to remember that there's such a thing as an amuse bouche.
Yeah, and try to figure out how to spell it too. Um, and this is from Edgar Allan Poe. Actually, oh crap! Birth of a Nation director.
Uh, uh, um,
I cannot believe I just blanked his name completely.
well, you've done it to me too.
Oh my gosh. Griffith. D.W.
D.W.
Griffith.
Griffith. Yeah.
This is one of his early films. He it's kind of a mix. It's kind of a condensation of a whole bunch of things in Poe's life. It's the tale of the Raven, the poem The Raven, and how his troubles are trying to place it, and the death of his wife. He kind of mashes them up together, and they rushed this thing into production to celebrate the anniversary of Poe's birth, and they spelled his name wrong in the credits. They got the wrong Allen in there.
Oh.
So it always amuses me that when I see this thing written up, people they correct it. So they say Edgar Allan Poe and they spell Allen right, and I'm always thinking, no, that's not the title of the film.
That's what he meant.
I know, but this actually is in the wrong folder. But this is the screenshot that's going to be. I got it pre-programmed again at Shades of Grey for Halloween for October.
Nice
to coincide with either Poe's birth date or death date. Sitting here, I don't recall, but it's one of the two, and it is a very nice film. I've only in the last couple of years last year really have I been looking at a lot of Griffith's short films,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have to take away my film degree for saying this, but long. There are very few of the sort of long silent movies that I can sit through.
Yeah.
They they lose me. Um, there are some. Griffith's long ones are not among them. But his shorts, they are. I mean, I can see why people say that he laid the foundation for cinematography language,
Yeah.
because it's all right there in his shorts. The way he frames. Yeah, going into film geek mode here now. Totally off topic. But yes, Griffith short films. I'm doing more of them as time goes by, and this one, again, none of the intertitles have survived. So I mean, not even scripts for them.
Right.
So no one really, literally, knows what the intertitles were. But this thing works without them. I mean, you can see where they were just because of the way it's structured. But you watch this film and you don't miss them. I mean, everything seems to flow in almost a modern kind of way. Some of the acting isn't really modern. I mean, the wife's death is, it's, yeah, pretty much. Yes, the wife's death is something to behold. Uh, um, but I'm sounding like I'm slamming this thing now, which I'm not. This is actually a very good little movie. So everybody, go look it up. Educate yourselves, or wait till October and watch it on my blog.
I think they should wait till October and let you educate them.
I agree. All right, this is one that's kind of similar, actually, in theme and drawing and everything. And this is one that I'm kind of thinking about just tossing in the same pile as the one that, yeah, maybe reject. A girl looks forward to being backward. Just, my mind goes to places where I'm sure the cartoonist didn't mean.
I no, I think that, yeah, I think it's maybe a little further down the road, but I think it's on the same road.
Again, the picture is kind of nice. It's a nice drawing, but so we'll stick it in there. And this one I like. Flapper Fanny Says, it's never too warm for cool glances. And we got this poor guy that probably said something, but maybe because I sympathize with this guy, maybe that's why I like this one.
I
But
liked it, but I mean, again, there's a joke there, but that line doesn't sell the joke, right?
yeah,
Because if it's warm, you'd think you would want cool glances, right? So they go well together. The line as written doesn't play on that. So sometimes, I'd say in the heat of the summer, sometimes a cool glance is refreshing, right? Something along those lines.
I'll turn the joke around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean that's the joke.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's the pun they're going for. Okay, to be workshopped.
I I mean, yeah, I think that's funny. I think the drawing's funny. I think the concept's funny. I think the line is just, again, it's like a first thing they thought of and they went with it.
Yeah. Actually, what was the date on that? Because 1925. This is early in the series' run. But one thing I find interesting about this is this guy's goofy kind of bent legs and stuff.
Yeah.
Most of when you look at, again, getting a little probably too analytical here, but you look at Hayes's cartoons, a lot of times the background characters will have this sort of weird cartoony look to themselves, look to them. And here's the foreground character that has it, which is kind of different from most of her cartoons.
I look at that and I think that's her. I think that's her version of the of Don Martin's feet up and fall
Oh,
like that's just they're off balance by whatever's happening has them off balance and you're like what?
oh. Actually, I have going to be looking closely at that now as we go forward because that actually it could very well be. Uh, well, this one is in the wrong folder since it is a Bopsy cartoon, uh, and this one I pulled for use in some Nulo Games product at some point. Uh, but yes, this one amuses me to no end,
Yeah, that's nice.
and it definitely belongs in some sort of modern magic product. um, and this is also in the wrong folder. But I was talking about this Ethel series earlier.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones from that.
Lady from Salem.
Yeah, the up-to-date witch practicing modern witchcraft. So all of her perfumes and makeups and everything else.
Is that what that says?
Yeah, over here. The up-to-date witch practicing modern witchcraft. But the lady from Salem is what the title is. So yeah, this should have been in the Ethel Hayes folder. Got a bunch of these cartoons over there. So let me clean up my folder, Ethel Hayes. And there's Anime Wong picture here too. That's also in the wrong folder.
But hey, always fun to see.
Yeah, can never have too much Anime Wong. Or yeah, that's right. Englishing is hard. But that is correct. Flapper Fanny says there is plenty of scandal in some light conversation. Plenty of scandal power in some light conversation. You just ruined the joke there by dropping the word power. This is I think one that is.
I mean, take the scandal out and it's funnier. Take the word scandal. There's plenty of power in some light conversation. If you, that would require. Yeah, you want something. Then I would want to change the cartoon. Then, so you want something to show darkness or for.
Yep. Actually, a couple where that joke would be would be spot on. But yeah, again, funny cartoon. The drawing is amusing, but the caption, plenty of. I mean, I get it, and I also think that again, maybe I'm underestimating the 20s, but I think there were still places where electricity was a little bit new. Yes, no, maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, let's put this one.
I mean, it's not offensive. It's not. It's just kind of.
It's
Yeah, whatever you want with that one. I don't feel strongly anyway.
We'll put it over here. Again, the rejects folder are just bottom of the pile.
Right.
The ones that I really hate, you're not even really seeing because I've already passed them by. All right. Again, it's a pun.
It isn't necessary to be an actress.
It isn't
to make a scene.
It isn't necessary to be an actress to make a scene.
Yeah.
And she's painting. This joke is in other similar jokes are in other cartoons, but it's a little funnier in the way when compared with the drawing.
Right.
So yeah, not terrible, but when I've got hundreds of these things, I can put this one in the reject pile. Yeah.
I don't know what else you have that use that. I think the joke is good. I think it would sell funnier if it'd stop being in passive voice. Right? You don't have to be an actress to make a scene. Already 40% funnier.
Actually, that's a problem with a lot of these. Is like I said, it's in passive voice. Although I just noticed something on here that actually is kind of funny. So this is Ethel Hayes drawing the cartoon. The painting is EH. So this might just be another one of those self-portraits. There's a couple of them throughout. Actually, the thumbnail for this video is one of her self-portraits. Part of it, a clip from it. All right, you know what? I'll put this one in the... Oh, didn't want to do that. We'll put this one in here. There are many divorce jokes. If Carrie is still here, maybe she should pay attention. They won't have to kill her husband. A bigamist is a man who took his divorce for granted.
Yeah.
I like it.
Me too.
Okay, we're keeping it. And,
that was easy.
Yeah. All right. And again, like the drawing, like everything about it, but once again, I have to go in and do some touch up.
Yeah.
All right, here we have everybody looking cartoony. What?
The moon's peeking in on him.
Yep.
It's moonlight that makes the fellow tell a girl all the things she knows he doesn't mean.
And yeah, she looks like...
You know what? Here's the thing. That's not funny, but it's a cute little cartoon.
Yep. Yep. That's why I say I like this with that, just because I like this.
Yeah.
This being the cartoon.
Yeah.
And that being the caption. Or the other way around. Whatever I was trying to say. But yeah. And again, a lot of cleanup work on this one. All right. Well, we're going to put this one in the to be published pile. Like you said, it's not a gut buster, but it is cute.
Again, yeah, no. If you fiddle around with that, that caption to get it out of the stilted way it's said, you might be able to just... It's never going to be gut bustingly funny, but it's a cute little idea and a cute little cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tighten it up a bit, maybe. All right, Flapper Fanny says, a kiss in time means 9. This one I don't get. Oh.
Well, no, I mean, it's going with a stitch in time saves 9.
Oh, yeah, that part I get. A kiss in time means 9. Is it 9 kisses or...
I think she just liked the playfulness of the line. It doesn't. Yeah. It's not. There's not actually a joke there.
It's just... Okay, that's why I don't get it. Because I'm looking for something, a deeper joke that's not here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. And just for sake of trivia, this was probably late 26 when her first child was born, because you'll see there's a second contributor up here.
Is that for the child?
No. Basically, there are times where she couldn't keep up with her schedule around the time that she had, one of her children. And you will see, I think it's MC or EF are the initials that show up. It's her plus whoever this is. But she never really had full-time assistants or anything like that. Like a lot of the cartoonists did. She shied away from that. Which is why when the second kid came along, she just had to step away from it. All right. Well, we'll put it. What do you think, Stan?
I would toss it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning toward, just because I was hoping someone could tell me what the joke.
I just don't think there's a joke there. I mean, if it was 9 as in German for no, for some ways, like for some reason the joke is well, I mean, the joke they're playing on is you get kissing and you miss your train,
Yeah,
but that's
that's not what it
not
really
in there.
is.
That's not in there at all.
Right. Okay, you're having the reaction I was having to it, so excellent. Uh, this one, I like it just, well, it might just because of the time period it's from, but there are times when a high flyer is glad to come down to earth. Again, not terribly funny, but just, I like
Man, I mean, that cartoon should have a funny line with it.
Yeah, I was about to say that I like this cartoon. Not a fan of this, but
I mean, but it's there, right? I mean, the concept is there, right? High, the problem with being a high flyer is it's not always easy to come down to earth.
yep,
Is how I would phrase that, right? Then you've got the joke.
yep. Oh, there's a time for the high flyer to come down to earth.
No, when the problem, the problem with being a high flyer is it's not always easy to come down to earth.
Oh,
Right?
oh,
She's
yeah,
flying. She wants to come down. She can't because the clouds are blocking her way. Or that's
yeah. I got distracted
and
because I just realized that. Uh,
and that's I mean that's even the stilted writing version of it is, she. There are times when a high flyer is glad to come down to earth. Right? Clearly, she's having trouble. She wants to come down, but that's not what the line isn't selling it well.
right. Yeah, yeah, it needs to be completely actually fixed or rewritten, whatever the word is I'm looking for here. Let me just check something. I'm gonna pause a second here because the but let's see if okay. Yes, I have not been seeing the side chat. I apologize, everybody. You've been talking over the side, and the timer on the stream has frozen. The side chat has frozen.
You're falling apart, Steve. You're falling apart.
I'm sorry, Dave and Carrie. I was not trying to ignore you. Have you been seeing them, Stan?
Nope.
Okay.
But I don't see the live thing at all. I've got.
Yeah, I am very sorry, Carrie. She's actually been saying quite a bit here. Edgar Allan Poe, 1909. And Cody's been talking too. My gosh, these guys. I apologize, folks. I have not been trying to ignore you. I literally have not been able to see. Let me just do this. Yes, okay. Now I am moving the side chat again. Sounds like
wow, that is a lot of.
Okay, so you're seeing this. You're seeing it over in
I'm
the side
seeing
chat.
it now.
Okay, yeah. And Surrender Monkey is here. Hi, Surrender Monkey. And that's something else too. I'm seeing there are two people watching. That's all I can see. So change cording, make a bit iffy. They must be. Yeah, I am very sorry, guys. I have no. All right, but now I think I fixed the problem. And suddenly I can see I've been on for an hour and 14 minutes. So I'm used to being ignored, says Carrie, and so does Cody.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make it easier on you because
I'm here for you guys. I'm here to ignore you.
at 1 a.m., I've got to go to bed.
Okay. And actually, I was about to say that is sort of my cutoff point tonight. Because again, I have to go a little early to work. So, and it's 1 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
I can go another 15 minutes and then I've got to call it quits.
All right. Well, I am out of here. Thank
All right.
you for letting me play along, Steve. It's been fun.
Thank you for playing along. If you want to do this again, you're more than welcome because I will probably be doing this again. Especially now that I know that some of the good folks that come to hang out seem to be enjoying the commenting as well. So, all right, Stan. Thank you very much.
Good night. Thanks for hanging out, everyone else in the chat. Sorry we ignored you.
Yeah, feeling bad. Talk to you later.
Right.
5:30. Is that 5:30 in the morning? Not 17:30, but actually 5:30. 6 watching. And hey, Surrender Monkey. Hey, Cody. Hey, everybody that I was ignoring. I didn't mean to. I apologize. But we will drop this in workshop file. And that is in the wrong folder. We'll drop that in there. PM, okay. Work. I agree with you. This actually might be, I don't know how common this term is anymore. So I don't know if this joke will even work. Woman giving this guy a dirty look or a snooty look. Caption says, it's a good idea to wash your hands of people who are always soft soaping. Again, I like the drawing. It's a fun cartoon. I don't know if the caption is even understandable anymore. What do you guys say over there? And I'm going to slow it down, and I'm going to try to not lose track of you, not try to realize whether I'm frozen or not. And yes, now it's telling me there are 6 people watching, whereas before I could only see 2 and then none, and now it says 6. So hello, all 6 of you. If you come in after Stan left. No, Restream. Restream was frozen. That's why I noticed that I hadn't seen any chats for a while. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it seems like the connection is doing much better than it was. And part of me was afraid that maybe it was trying to use the, putting the cartoons up there. Maybe I was using too much bandwidth or something, but that's not it. I have no idea what was causing the trouble. Soap is problem, yeah. That the problem being not quite sure what it means, or the problem being, is that bigger for you guys? If I put my big fat face up there larger, does that get bigger or not? I'll wait a moment. You tell me if that's more easily seen. Again, I appreciate you guys helping me get the bugs out. Is that more easily seen? If it's okay, so make myself bigger. The cartoon gets bigger at your guys' end as well. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Because yeah, the little head is if you've got a whole bunch of people. And again, if anybody wants to come up and talk directly about one of the cartoons or anything really, I pinned the link at the top, and hopefully it still works. All right. So we got, looks like a couple of votes. Well, one for this one and one against this one as being good. We all like the drawing, I would assume, but the joke, it's the language that's outdated. So, and I even knew it sort of going in. I like the drawing. We'll stick it in here unless somebody comes up with a really good reason for it. All right, everyone thinks that one should go in the reject pile. This is a joke that they do over and over and over, in the sense that I saw it at least 5 times. I haven't. I think I may have kept this one. I think this might have been the first one I came across. But brunettes won't admit that all's fair in love. Fair being the joke that blonde, it's a joke on blondes versus brunettes. This one almost got junked even before I started. I thought this would be a fun idea to try. So unless someone has really strong feelings that they think this is hilarious, or they love the drawing or something, this is one that I'm prone to put in the reject pile. If not directly into the circular file, and not even come back to it later to consider. So give me your thoughts. Oh, did I say hi to Surrender Monkey? I saw his one comment. If I didn't say hi Surrender Monkey. Welcome, welcome. And of course, Flapper Fanny is always a brunette. As were, well, or a redhead maybe, because what's her name? Parker was a redhead, but Hayes was a brunette, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. All right, so it seems like the consensus is that this is not one that we should use, so goes away. And here is another brunette joke, in fact, that this one actually, I'm keeping this one around. It's actually, it's the opposite. Well, no, it's not. Brunettes don't believe all is fair in love. So again, like I said, they did this joke many times. Yeah. Well, good to hear it. I mean, I'm hoping that other people are entertained by this, not just me. But yeah, if you have any comments, speak up, please. I just wasn't sure whether I said hi to you or not. Because of the whole, the stream froze on me. The side chat froze on me, rather. Redhead is having red hair. I thought that was a common phrase. Now you want cheese. Well, oh, are you still in the hospital, Carrie, or did you get to go back home? Because if you're home, go to the fridge. There's probably cheese there. Anyhow, as I was saying, this one, it's that brunette joke again. I am not a fan of it unless it's paired with something else, and here it's not. It's just a blonde versus brunette joke. It's not really a joke. 1929. This is the kind of at the end of Hayes's. Oh no, really? Infection again, or that sucks. But this actually, originally I was hanging on to this because I was doing coffee reviews. Every Sunday I would post another review of a flavored coffee. And here she is holding a cup of coffee, or maybe tea, but most likely coffee. So this drawing would at least have been in one of those coffee reviews. Now, I'm hanging on to the drawing because there might be a joke that will work. The drawing isn't hot, but the caption is fun. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, those infections, they're hard to beat. They have to identify what it is, have to get the right antibiotics. Oof. Um, I actually went in that cycle many years ago, and they actually, until they brought in a sort of a guy that was a specialist in bacterial infections and infectious diseases in general, they didn't know the right cocktail to use. Yeah, 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 those. Oh gosh. Um, well, for all it's worth, I'll be thinking positive thoughts because those are tough. Um, we'll stick this one over here just because it's not going to be used as a Flapper Fanny entry, but I will use illustration somewhere. Hell, if nothing else, it will end up in a clip art pack with portraits. One of the things Games produces is clip art packs for other publishers to use, and some of them are quote headshots where they're just character portraits for small game publishers to use for not a lot of money. Yes, it does, unfortunately. Okay, oops, what happened there? I skipped one. Yeah, this is one again. I think there's some slang here that time has passed by, but I had the same thought, Carrie. You have excellent taste in art, obviously. Um, the caption when pretty girls are in swimming. So when pretty girls are in swimming, a shore breeze has something to blow about, or has something to blow about. I mean, part of the joke here is in the inflection and how you read it and how you. Um, but when pretty girls are in swimming, a shore breeze has something to blow about, or something to blow about. So uh, I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one. But yes, I had the same reaction that you did, Carrie. I love the bathers. I think it's a great drawing. Um, so, what does the assembly say? Uh, put it in the to be posted or to be workshopped, because it's definitely not a reject. And a silver zinc spray, really? Yeah, you actually. Um, Surrender Monkey, I don't know if you were here for my little spiel about some of the history of the Flapper Fanny cartoon, or comic strip, but the syndicate was expecting, or the syndicator, sorry, the syndicator was expecting to get all kinds of heat from small town newspapers because those are more conservative, and this was a very risque sort of a daily cartoon for the 1920s and 30s. But they got more heat from the big cities than they did from small towns. In fact, small towns loved this strip. Small town newspapers, small town readers. It lasted a lot longer in the small towns than it did in the big cities. And this cartoon, yeah, as I said, it was syndicated. It started with what is it? Yeah, what the heck was a syndicator called? Newspaper something association. Newspaper Enterprise Association, I think. I have to go look it up. I'm blanking now. It's late. And hernia checked next Tuesday, or hernia checked this past Tuesday, and it came back with bad news. Yeah, you people need to take care of yourself because I only have like 10 people that watch my streams, and I'd hate for all of you to drop dead or something. Jesus Christ, people. I'll be lonely without you. Um, yeah. But yeah, okay. So we'll put this one in the workshop file because we all agree it's a great picture, and we're not really sold on the joke. Let's see. This one. This is a work joke, actually. I remember this one. This is one of the first ones that I came across, and this is actually one of the ones when I do, if when and if this one gets used, this one will appear without the border because on the blog the cartoon itself is the border. Um, um, and we already have the design element here in the back, but I like the drawing. It needs some cleaning up. The scan isn't the best, but the source was not the best either. Caption: if wives knew what stenographers think of their husbands, they wouldn't worry. Again, I like it. And it plays on a lot. It plays on a very popular in the comedies of this day. A lot of wives were jealous of their husbands' secretaries because that's when the young women coming into the workplace and dressing like this as a secretary was the thing to do. And in fact, I think that was a trope. Well into the 70s, right? And yeah. I hope you get good. Hope you get good news back, Cody. Uh, so I agree with Carrie here. That would be bad. I actually, yeah, have some little bit of experience with hernias, and they're no fun. But you need to, get them taken care of. Man. Yep. So, unless someone tells me they absolutely hate this one, it's going in the to be used pile. But yeah, and this will be totally retypeset because this is too bad to try to salvage just the graphics of it. But yeah, frame goes away, retypeset this. I think I'll probably move the artist's signature somewhere else in the field. Yeah. Getting old sucks. I was actually having that conversation with one of the attorneys at work today. She was going through going through the whole readers phase where she had just upgraded from her first pair of reading glasses to her next pair of reading glasses. So going down that road that I told, I went down that road 10 years ago. So welcome to old age. At risk of hernias, God, on top of the MRSA, that really sucks. Well, sounds like you people need to look at some fun cartoons. So I'm glad that we're doing this and you all stopped in. Hopefully you're having as much fun as I am. But it's a keeper. I agree. We all agree. And unfortunately, I got 10 more minutes and I got to call it a night. So yeah, here's another joke on financial troubles. There's such a number of those in the strip as well over its history. And you're turning 53 in 1 month. Your third hernia. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I think the problem with MRSA is that it's hard to get rid of once it's there. Um, you got to have the right cocktail for the right infection. At least that's what happened when I ended up with that in the hospital about a decade ago at this point. But yeah, Dave's advice there is something you should take. So yeah, this one again, it will be receiving. It will, first thing that'll happen to this cartoon when it goes up. That will be the header on it, as opposed to just Flapper Fanny, because as I think I mentioned earlier, the syndicator dropped Flapper Fanny Says and changed it just to Flapper Fanny. Some newspapers liked Flapper Fanny Says better, and it does make a lot more sense since the captions continued with just witticisms or jokes or sayings. Like, this one appeals to my like of bad puns. Be sure you've settled up before you settle down. And again, this poor lady has collection letters. It's your second serious bout. Oh gosh. Well, hopefully your first, again, not to compare what you're going through with what happened to me, but hopefully your infection was dealt with sooner or better than mine. Basically, the lymphic system in my left leg got pretty much annihilated by the infection. And it had been lurking. Basically, mine had been lurking for years, and it exploded after a broken leg and me switching times of days that I worked and got overtired, and immune system decided to just go kaput, and that's all she wrote. Hopefully you won't have that happen to you. That would suck. This one I like just because I like the pun. So unless someone tells me they hate it, I'm keeping it. Can I? Yeah, actually, the complete story on that one was that part of what wore down my immune system was a lot of overtime from the new job. And so I come off training at this new job and then get this horrible infection. So I'm on the job, out of training, and on the job for 2 weeks. Then I end up in the hospital, and I'm off the job for a month. And I was sure they were going to fire me, but no. A great group of people came visit me in the hospital. Did a little bit of people donated leave, all sorts of things. A great group of people. So feel a little bit indebted to that place, or like I owe that place something. Although I don't. I know I don't, and you're only as good to a job as long as you're valuable to them. I understand it completely, but since so many employees were so kind to me, so this one actually is a bit of a joke that was a little more applicable when it was originally published. uh, because dresses with no backs and short skirts and you know were coming into fashion in a major way. So the caption here: women still talk about their clothes, though some wear few to speak of. Yeah, actually, the broken leg was a couple of years prior. I was self-employed, and so that that pretty much took wiped me out financially. And if I hadn't had that job and this the job I'm still in, um, I would have been completely screwed because the health insurance from the new job took care of a chunk of the expense. Um, and yeah, I couldn't have handled that those massive medical bills just a couple of years apart. Would have destroyed me. Oh yeah, still relevant for nowadays. Yeah, I have to admit I'm a little bit out of touch. Uh, no kids, old, work odd hours. But if you so this is still relevant, I think I shall use it then. Yeah, there definitely are some advantages to others to the systems in other nations. There's no arguing that. Uh, all right. So Carrie seems to think this one is a should go in the to be posted pile, if I'm understanding her correctly. There's no objections, so it shall be. Surrender Monkey. I when I was living overseas, I broke several bones. My ankle is left ankle is so messed up that last time I sprained it badly, which fortunately is now about 25 years ago. The doc looking at the X-ray said, uh, what the hell did you do to this ankle? Because there's so many little bone spurs floating around in there. And he said if I ever sprained it again, I would have to have surgery on it to repair all the damage in there. And the broken leg came from slipping on the ice and falling on top of my leg. As in, I thought had my balance, and turned out I didn't, and I slipped, and the leg got tucked under me. Boom, there I was with a leg that I heard snap, and I could feel the ends of the bones rubbing against each other inside. Not fun, let me tell you. I do not recommend it. Uh, I don't, that you refer to as belts, yeah. Uh, so I guess some things never change, even 100 years later. Daughters are a problem. That's about how old all these drawings are. They are from the mid 20s into the 30s, and this is either an early cartoon by Gladys Parker, or it is one of the Sylvia cartoons. I think it's Gladys Parker because the Sylvia cartoons basically she had a little sister in them. Oh my god. Yeah. Whenever you're talking about injuries or illnesses, Cody will win. I guarantee you every time Cody will win. um, he's had a tough go at it, to put it mildly. Um, so your daughter now has two boys and a boy. So one of them. But anyhow, this is from the 30s actually, even though there's no credit on it. It's definitely not. What is her name? Hayes. Yeah, there's that. Hide at home, Cody. So a golfer prefers the fairway, a traveler the fairway. I'm not a fan of the pun on this one. Not even really a fan of the drawing, just because the perspective is just weird. Uh, yeah, yeah. It's not a nice feeling, not a nice sound. That's for damn sure. Uh oh. we've we got a mishap challenge going on. Oh, 2 different cancers. Oh my gosh. Um. Wow. You people are making me feel lucky that. Well, actually, I'm just happy to be alive. Frankly. All right, we're gonna toss this one in this pile here. You know what? I'm gonna keep going until I have 100 left of these, and then I will have to call it a night because the whole work thing. Let's see here. This is another of the sort of marital infidelity cartoons. There's a whole bunch of those too. He who wants to kiss the missus often lives to kiss the missus, as in. So he's kissing just the random ladies, young ladies, the missus. He who wants to kiss the missus often lives to kiss the missus, and then missus as in his wife. So you think this one is just a miss? Okay. And so again, it's from around the time of Hayes having her first kid. So here's EF lent a hand with this one, as opposed to HC. So Dave says junk this one. I just kind of like the composition of the drawing. Actually, one thing I did notice about the other one was the miss. Okay, you say you like this one. It's the whole lagging behind. One thing I did notice that since I've had co-workers kind of complain about this, I've had sisters complain about this, and just sort of it's a joke with a lot of women. Pockets, the pockets even on women's pants are fake. A lot of these cartoons, the dresses have pockets, and there's several of them where the Flapper Fanny character actually has her hands in the pockets on the dresses. So that's something that I found fascinating. I really had no idea that. Uh, yeah, Abby, you're getting in here just as I'm needing to wrap it up. Um, but I'm going to be doing another one of these if there's an interest, because I have about 100 more of these to go through. Um, but welcome, Abby. We appreciate you stopping in. Uh, and so Carrie thinks this one sucks. I'm not quite sure what Dave's stance was. I think Dave said he was okay, or maybe not. I don't know. Um, but yeah, the pocket on the dress made me remember the other cartoons where where I guess in the 20s these short little dresses by the standards of the day uh, had pockets. So somehow, somewhere along the way, the designers of fashions took away the pockets again, I guess. Um, so Carrie hates it. Yes, apparently, um, someone who may be named Dave had accidentally banned Carrie from commenting, or rather, made her had hidden her comments. Nobody could see them, and I didn't think. None of us thought to think to look until she pointed it out. All right, so Abby hates it too. Yes, Surrender Monkey. And it's Flapper Fanny, not Flappy Fanny, but Flapper Fanny. Um, yeah, except I think you were here when I was going on about the pockets. These are real pockets because there are drawings of these women with, and I'm assuming since this cartoon exist, people were looking at it and they had to, they recognized what's going on in the drawing, that the pockets must have been real, which uh, wondrous time for women in the 20s. I guess they get to vote and they have pockets on their dresses. So this one goes in the reject pile. Yeah, in Australia, and so I guess I was right. And actually, I'll show you uh, the this post series over at the blog is called Fanny Friday. So like I've been saying, I'll probably get my blog banned uh, in Australia and Great Britain and probably several African countries, just like it's banned in Pakistan, because I'll have every Friday there'll be a post with the word Fanny in the title. And this one appeals to me. I actually kind of hate the way she draws. A lot of times I don't like the way she draws feet, even though these shoes are historically accurate. Well, she was drawing in the time period, so of course they're historically accurately. Um, yeah. I own the place, I guess, so everything's my fault. um, there's a lot to miss about it. Uh, so this one, you just got her putting on lipstick in the drawing, and the caption is, "The girl who catches some sap may get a sugar daddy." Uh, I like it. When this one, well, unless everyone tells me how much they hate it, when this one gets used, if it gets used, this will be replaced with Flapper Fanny Says, because when I'm reproducing these, um, they're all uh, they're all going to be under the banner Flapper Fanny Says. And this border will be taken off because the blog itself is the border. There's no, and this signature will probably get moved to be somewhere else on the drawing. So, well, we got one vote for it, aside from my own. Your husband is 15 years older than me. Okay, I think we have enough votes that this one is going into the to be used pile. And the Canadian misunderstands the meaning of sap, I think. Only sugar daddy you have is the candy. Is there a candy named Sugar Daddy? I am learning all kinds of things from these cartoons and from playing with them and interacting with people with them. So that one's going definitely into the to be posted spot. And two more to go, then I got to call it a night. Here we are. This is one of the Gladys Parker cartoons. It's another one of the divorce/marriage jokes, of which there are many. This is from the 30s as opposed to the 20s. Basically, in 1929 is when I think it's 28 or 29. Edith Hayes couldn't keep up with her drawing schedule and her family, and so she stepped away from the cartooning and handed the strip off to Gladys Parker, who then drew it for 5 years. Actually, each of the it's an interesting factoid. It just dawned on me. Each of the ladies that drew this, or women that drew this, they worked on the series for about 6 years, and then they handed it off to somebody else. So five and a half, 6 years. So Gladys Parker, the drawing is, well, it's a drawing. It's people. Nothing special about the drawing. The caption: bigamy is having one husband too many. Monogamy is often the same thing. Again, I like it. So for me, it's a keeper, and well, it's in the to be posted pile, but unless people say otherwise, I have a gal wishes I had more sugar. Well, that, I'm afraid, Mr. Francis, will probably always be the case. Not just for you, but for me, for everybody. And I suppose Carrie and Abby can back me up on that one. I don't know. You can tell me if they have enough sugar for your tastes. Okay, you know what, you people? I'm a fat guy. I shouldn't be eating right before bed, but god damn it, you are now all making me want to make a Denny's run, or go in the kitchen and cook something, because yes, all of this talk about Belgian waffles, and I was okay with the syrup. Fine, Dave, don't give me syrup. I don't care. But yeah, this other stuff, you people. But everyone seems to like the bigamy is having one husband too many. Monogamy is very often the same thing. Everyone seems to like that one is good. So that one we're keeping. Going in the to be posted. Actually, what I'm more, yes, and there are no Waffle Houses nearby, but there, actually no, Denny's isn't nearby. There's really no places that anymore that are near where I live that are open 24 hours, which really sucks. There used to be 3 of them. That was maybe, yeah, 3. now I have to drive about 15 miles, 20 miles to get to a place that's open 24 hours. I could, there is this Grubhub or DoorDash thing, but for reasons that I do not comprehend, DoorDash drivers and Grubhub drivers cannot find where I live. Um, Amazon has no problem. The place to get my groceries from has no problem finding it. There's only been one time where a delivery driver for the groceries was just on the the wrong side of. He went up the wrong driveway basically, and he couldn't get back around, couldn't figure out where the hell he was, and he had to call me. But I gave up on Grubhub and the food delivery services because the driver will always call, and I try to talk him in, I can't. I then say, okay, you know what? I will go down and meet you at the end of the drive. Uh, I'll be standing by the fire plug. There's no way you'll miss me. Um, or sometimes, I'll go out and I'll start walking and I'll see them like just right down the slope from where I live. Or so yeah, I just decided, why waste the money if I have to go down anyway? Have to, put on pants and shoes and uh, anyhow, it. Oh yeah, see, I've actually fortunately never had that problem. Actually, there was one place that never that, but that's because I was dealing directly with the restaurant. Um, they had the best sort of thick cut bacon and it was without nitrate, so I could eat it. They had great pancakes. It was just and it was called something eggs. I forget now, but they closed unfortunately. They had some great omelets. Everything was just great about that place. COVID killed them. The goddamn COVID restrictions killed them. um, which, and that's also what made all these places around here no longer being open 24 hours. They all close at 10 or at 2. And closing at 10 is just too early. I work odd hours, and sometimes now looking for fast food, it's 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night, and everywhere is closed except a Wendy's. But I like Wendy's, so McDonald's delivered. Really? I mean, again, if I wasn't suspecting they couldn't find me, I could get delivered. So, haha, surrender monkey. No, actually, why would you want to get McDonald's delivered? Um, why? Yeah, actually, I lost my thought there, but I've so they just what? Oh, is that something you've always done? You just had them put the food outside the door and then you come pick it up, or because I've always had except for the COVID thing, I had them knock and I would take it from their hands. I didn't want them putting it on the ground outside because, uh, which I guess is why. Well, and after actually that's interesting. I just realized. Well, no, since I moved, they can't find where I live. It's just strange. Um, yeah, the sad thing is the Starbucks. There's a Starbucks and a Jack in the Box that used to both be open 24 hours, and they have this giant pylon sign right by the freeway, and there's a freeway exit right there, and they still have the big pylon sign with the open 24 hours. And the Starbucks is there, and there's still the sign out by the side of the road for the Jack in the Box that says open 24 hours. No, The Starbucks closes at 7 p.m. and the Jack in the Box is closed by 10. It's ridiculous. So many people have their hearts broken when they pull off that freeway and they can't get some overpriced egg rolls. Although Jack in the Box does have those nice little tiny tacos, those are pretty good. Because you love Big Macs and you're a big fatty. I just own a small body. Oh, yeah. Um, I like McDonald's fries. They have the best fries, period. And the and when they have their barbecue, their McRib sandwich. Even though I have a coworker that insists that the McRib sandwich it's mystery meat, it's not pork. And now my voice is telling me that it's I should be an adult and call it a night. Oh my, do I have anything? Oh, here we go. Oh, and this picture here, it's another thing from Levy Parisienne, and it is in the wrong folder, and I don't know why I would have grabbed this. So let me move that one out and let me bring us to the 100 mark, which is where we're at once I move this over into this folder. Oh, yes, and for those that have been around that stream a long time, the Toledo's Mom folder, that's where the repurposed Mopsy cartoons are located. The ones where I was showing the thing about cartoonies, boobies. I need to get food. She has no boobies. Well, I guess in the 20s, apparently a lot of women had no boobies. I don't know. I have not tried the Shamrock Shake, just to answer that question. No, I have not. And, this is a repurposed cartoon for a joke for a role-playing game that I'm in. My character, Gavin Key, I was making a joke that he was now famous. Haven't played that game in years. But yes, we are at 100 now, so we're going to pack it up. And they are called trance now, and we're poob inhibited. Yeah, I guess that might be the PC way to call them. Anyhow, yes, we're going to call it a night, guys. Thank you all for hanging out. I had fun. Hopefully you had fun. I'm going to do this again. And because I have 100 more Flapper Fanny cartoons to go through, or thereabouts. And I would love to get people's feedback on them. Actually, right before we go, or before you go, before I go, here at the end of the stream, I will actually show where they're going to end up. For those who are curious, for those who last this long into the stream, for those who are still here live, we will show you. So this is the Shades of Grey blog. We've looked at it before, I think. Some of you have at least. Yeah, Abby, you should feel guilty about making us all hungry. And if I'm commenting after you guys have seen it, then that's just because. So yeah, here's Shades of Grey. I'm doing a ongoing joke about dancers because it's International Dance Day at the end. And my friend Hundal is used to be a dancer, and so was her significant other. So, yeah, Cody vaguely. I don't think I met him very often, but yeah, I do. Something happened to him. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Hopefully you found something to amuse you or enlighten you or some nice music to play. But yes, so here is the post series that will get me banned in England and Australia and all sorts of places, because there will be a Flapper Fanny cartoon every Friday, and it will be. This was on a Saturday though, so it was a Fanny Fool's Day. It was April 1st, dedicated to our good friend Chili de Castro. Hugh last is the dumbest. So yeah, Fanny Friday. There will be a Flapper Fanny cartoon, or several of them. Like here, there's a whole string of them. So yeah, that's what all this is for. Um, I'll be posting Flapper Fanny cartoons through 2028, unless I die or get sick of it first. Um, yeah, it's one of those things, from what I gather, that uh, well, you have to love it because it's a physically taxing, especially if it's ballet. That's super physically taxing. But yeah, there's a lot of dance jokes on this, a lot of ballerina pictures, and cartoons. A lot of black and white stuff, basically. Reviews of old movies. Oh no. What did he do now? What have I missed? All right, Dave, Dave. You are making me stay up late, and you can't. Plus, we all have to go eat because we got hungry because of the talk. So, before I go down the Cholito rabbit hole, I am going to. But yes, end of the month is International Dance Day, and last year I made a joke about how a bunch of dancers ran off into the wilderness, and I've been posting Dane Shitagi pictures all year long, and so that cycle is coming to an end on April 29th. So hence the dancers are gathering posts that are going to be going on every Wednesday for the rest of this month. Oh yes, I saw that, and I'm kind of amazed at how bad a writer he is, because he he sounds like himself doing that. And I'm probably going to have to look a little more into that and see if I can get my hands on the clips from the guy's website just to listen to it, because I heard it filtered through another gal's YouTube post rather, and so I want to see if I can hear the real thing, because it sounded a lot like Chili. I do agree. But Cody, you are correct. I should go to bed. You guys should go to bed. Carrie, if she's still here, needs to get some food in her, get her strength back up, and good luck at the doctor appointments for both of you guys. And everybody, I will see you next time or on someone else's channel in the side chat. Have a good one, everybody. And once again, thanks for your feedback on the Flapper Fanny cartoons, and we'll do it again.